Don't you dare skip this. God says, 88 seconds left. I tried everything, but you keep skipping this. If you don't open this message in time, you will take the blame for the misery that is about to happen in 20 minutes. You're not here by accident. This isn't a coincidence. God is speaking to you right now, and He's not whispering. This is a cry from heaven. Don't scroll away. If you walk away from this, you may miss the very thing your soul has been crying for. You've got 88 seconds, and heaven is watching how you respond. God tried through dreams, through signs, through silence, through storms, and now He is speaking directly to your heart. This is your moment. Don't waste it. Comment Amen right now to say you're listening. What's coming in 20 minutes may not look like thunder or fire, but it can shake everything in your world. God is warning you not because He wants you afraid, but because He loves you enough to interrupt your distractions. You've been asking for a sign. This is it. You've been numb, waiting, scrolling endlessly. But this is different. You feel it in your chest. Something deep in your spirit is stirring, and you know these words aren't just words. They're a lifeline. There's a divine countdown happening, and it's not meant to scare you. It's meant to wake you. You've been asleep at the wheel, drifting, living by routine, hiding your pain behind fake smiles. God sees it all. The tears you cried in silence, the nights you couldn't sleep. The prayers you whispered but felt no one heard. He heard, and He's responding now. This is not a threat. This is a rescue. Take a moment, breathe, and comment 1111 if you believe God is trying to reach you right now. He's not trying to punish you. He's trying to protect you from what's coming. You can't see it, but He can. He knows where that path leads. He knows the destruction that's quietly approaching. And He's giving you this chance to choose differently. This is a call to wake up, to return, to come back to Him with all your heart. You've been running, but He never stopped chasing you. You've ignored His voice, but He never stopped speaking over you. You keep skipping, hoping the next thing will satisfy, the next scroll will fix what's breaking inside. But none of it is working. You've been asking why everything feels off, why doors keep closing, why people walk away, why peace keeps slipping through your hands. It's because you've been out of alignment. You're living on your own terms when you were made for God's presence, and He is calling you back. This is your interruption, your redirection, your divine wake-up call. There is a heaviness you've carried for far too long, and God is ready to lift it. But you have to stop ignoring Him. You have to stop brushing off the pull in your heart. You have to stop acting like you have forever. You don't. Time is moving, and so is the enemy. You think the attack is just a bad day or a series of disappointments, but the enemy has been planning a hit against your mind, your joy, your family, your purpose. And God is stepping in before it goes any further. But He needs you to stop skipping His voice. Every delay, every heartbreak, every closed door has been God trying to get your attention. Not to destroy you, but to save you. You're walking into things that are not for you. You're letting voices speak over you that are not from Him. You've been distracted and slowly drifting toward danger. And now God is placing this message right in your face, pleading with you not to look away. His Spirit is calling you home, not just emotionally, but spiritually. Back to the place where your heart can finally rest. Back to His arms, His voice, His plan. And if you listen now, what was meant to break you could become the very thing that shifts your whole future. Don't let pride make you scroll. Don't let fear silence your faith. You've made too many decisions trying to please others. This is between you and God. He is speaking directly to your heart right now. Feel the weight of that. Let it sink in. The Creator of the universe is calling out to you in this exact moment, and you know deep down this isn't a coincidence. God is not asking for perfection. He's asking for your attention. Comment 222 if you trust that God's plan is better than your understanding. He sees the warfare you've been under. He's seen the spiritual attacks, the emotional weight, the confusion, the heaviness. The enemy's been whispering lies into your mind, trying to convince you that God forgot you, that your prayers don't matter, that your breakthrough will never come. But that's a lie. And God is exposing it right now. You were chosen for more. You were born to carry light, to walk in power, to shift atmospheres, to live in the fullness of God's plan. But somewhere along the way, you started listening to voices that made you shrink. You started doubting what God put inside of you, and now you're living beneath your calling. This is not just about survival. God didn't create you to just make it through life. He created you to overcome, to stand tall, to walk boldly, to break generational curses, to heal from what broke you, and to step into miracles that defy logic. But first, you need to stop running. You need to silence the noise. You need to get honest with God. Tell Him you're tired. Tell Him you've been lost. He already knows, but He wants your heart to open again. He wants to meet you in the real, raw place. No filters, no pretending. Is it really possible for a 7-second ritual to turn financial struggle into overnight wealth? This leaked, CIA-backed study uncovers a 7-second money ritual that's changing lives right now. Endorsed by 4 neuroscience labs, it reprograms your brain to attract money like a magnet. People once broke are now living their dream lives, luxury homes, new vehicles, exotic travel. But this secret won't stay online long. Click the description and comments now to access it before it's permanently deleted. Just you and Him. And if you respond to Him now, you won't just escape what's coming. You'll step into something greater than you've imagined. A peace that calms storms. A joy that can't be stolen. A strength that holds you steady when everything else shakes. But you have to answer now. Time is moving. The countdown isn't a metaphor. God is revealing this to you because He loves you too much to let you fall into what the enemy planned. This is divine protection. This is grace knocking at your door one more time. Comment 333 right now to declare your faith over fear. You've been running on empty, pouring out when no one pours back, fighting battles that no one sees, and you've been doing it in silence, trying to hold it all together. But God never asked you to carry it alone. He's not watching you break so He can punish you. He's watching to see if you'll turn to Him so He can restore you. You're not a lost cause. You're not forgotten. You're seen, deeply loved, and divinely chosen. Heaven knows your name. Angels have been assigned to guard your steps, even when you didn't notice. You were never meant to carry pain like armor. You were never meant to pretend you're okay when your heart is barely holding on. The enemy has been working hard to keep you busy, distracted, numb. Because if he can keep you blind to who you really are in God, you'll never step into the authority you've been given. But today that ends. Today, God is pulling the covers off the lies and showing you the truth about yourself, your calling, your identity, and His relentless love for you. You are not just a survivor. You are a warrior in the Spirit, and your voice carries the power of heaven when you align with God. He's not asking you to fix everything. He's asking you to surrender everything. That shame you carry, let it go. That guilt that weighs on you, it's not yours anymore. That voice in your head saying you're not good enough, rebuke it now. God says you're worthy because He called you. You're enough because He created you. You're safe because He surrounds you. And right now, He's wrapping His arms around your brokenness and reminding you that He never stopped fighting for you. The battles you've been in weren't proof that God abandoned you. They were proof that the enemy sees what you're capable of. He's been trying to stop you before you rise. But what the enemy used to break you, God is about to use to bless you. There is still time. You haven't missed the breakthrough. The blessing is still waiting. The miracle is still on the way. But you have to respond. You can't just feel this and move on. You have to say yes. Open your mouth and speak life. Say His name. Call out to Jesus. Say you need Him. Say you trust Him. Let your heart speak. He's listening. This isn't just another moment. This is the moment. And if you knew the weight of what's about to shift in your life, you would fall on your knees in tears. Because heaven has been working in the background. Angels have been pushing back darkness. Prayers you forgot you prayed are about to bear fruit. Doors you thought were dead are about to open. But God is waiting for your surrender. You've tried everything else. You've tried to numb it. You've tried to ignore it. You've tried to fake peace and force joy. But real healing, real rest, real strength, it only comes when you hand it all to God. He is not asking you to be perfect. He is asking you to be real. This is holy ground you're standing on. You didn't come here by accident. Your spirit was pulled here by divine mercy. This moment is saturated with purpose. It's not just about your next step, it's about your next season. And the decision you make here could be the difference between chaos and covering. Comment 555 if you know God is doing something right now in your life. You've felt forgotten, but God has never taken His eyes off you. You've cried out for healing, and it's coming. You've begged for clarity, and the answers are on their way, but you must remain. Stay here, stay listening, stay praying. Don't scroll past this and walk back into the noise. Stay in His presence. This is where chains break. This is where lies fall apart. This is where you come alive again. There is a fire being reignited in your soul right now. It may have dimmed, but it never died. God is breathing on the embers of your faith. You're about to burn with passion, with clarity, with a boldness that scares darkness. You're about to pray like you've never prayed, love like you've never loved, worship like you've never worshipped, because the veil is being lifted. You're seeing the truth of who you are. A child of the Most High God, called, anointed, protected, unstoppable when surrendered. Don't let fear rob you of this moment. Don't let doubt convince you this isn't for you. It is. You were meant to hear this. God orchestrated every second of this encounter because He knows exactly what you've been carrying. He knows your secret prayers. He knows what you've been hiding, and still He calls you His. You may feel broken, but to God you are beautiful. You may feel unworthy, but to God you are priceless. You may feel tired, but in God's strength you are victorious. You don't have to earn His love. You just have to accept it. Let the walls come down. Let the tears fall. Let Him in. Not the version of you that tries to look strong, but the real you. The one who is weary. The one who's been waiting for something to finally make sense. The one who just needs a hug from heaven. Comment 1212 if you believe God still has more for your life. Have you heard about the top secret ritual the government wants to keep hidden? Imagine if a single 7-second ritual could clear your debts and draw wealth to you effortlessly. A leaked CIA report and 4 leading neuroscience labs confirm it's not a myth. Struggling families are moving into dream homes with total peace of mind. But the government might pull this secret any minute. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. You keep looking for a sign, and God keeps sending them. But because they don't come how you expect, you pass them by. He's not going to write it in the clouds when he's already written it in your heart. You've felt it for weeks, that pull, that discomfort, that inner restlessness, that sense that something is about to shift. That's not in your imagination. That's the Spirit telling you it's time. You've been marked for something higher, and the season of delay is ending, but you have to choose. You can't keep one foot in the world and one in the kingdom. God doesn't want half your heart. He wants the part of you that's been breaking, the part that's been hiding, the part that thought it was too late to come back. Bring that part to Him. He's not offended by your mess. He's not shocked by your struggles. He wants it all. Because only when you give it all can He heal it all. You've tried to carry it in your own strength. You've tried to make sense of it all. But your understanding was never meant to be the foundation. God's wisdom is deeper. His plan is bigger. His protection stretches further than you know. There were things sent to destroy you that didn't touch you because God stood between you and the enemy. You'll never know the full weight of what He's kept you from. But you're still standing. And that alone is a miracle. He didn't let you die in that depression. He didn't let that heartbreak swallow you whole. He didn't let the lies become your identity. He stepped in when you couldn't even pray, and He covered you in silence. That's what real love looks like. Constant, quiet, fierce. And now, He's asking for your heart to return. Don't wait until the storm comes to seek Him. Don't wait until everything falls apart to cry out. Choose Him now. Choose Him while you still have time to walk in purpose instead of recovery. Choose Him while your spirit can still hear. He's waiting not with punishment, but with peace. He wants to give you clarity for the confusion, strength for the weakness, grace for the guilt. But you have to be willing to let go of what's been weighing you down. That relationship that keeps pulling you into cycles, let it go. That habit that numbs the pain but steals your peace, surrender it. That lie that says you'll never change, silence it. You've given so much energy to things that don't pour back into you. You've been fighting for people who never fought for you. God is calling you to rest, not to quit, to rest in Him. Because from rest comes power. From surrender comes strength. You were never meant to do life apart from Him. You were never meant to just survive. You were created to live boldly, speak truth, walk in purpose, and overflow with the light of Christ. But how can you shine when your soul is buried under the weight of things not meant for you? God wants to free you, but you have to stop running back to chains. Freedom doesn't come through comfort. It comes through obedience. That means letting go when it hurts. That means trusting even when you don't see. That means worshiping even when you feel weak. God never promised the path would be easy, but He did promise you would never walk it alone. And He's been with you every step, even when you didn't see Him. Comment 777 if you're choosing to walk with God no matter how hard it gets. You are closer than you realize, closer to the healing, closer to the shift, closer to the moment where everything clicks and the tears finally make sense. But the enemy will always attack hardest right before the breakthrough. That's why you've been so heavy. That's why it's been so chaotic. That's why the lies have gotten louder. But the louder the enemy gets, the more confident you can be that something holy is rising. The pain is proof that the old is breaking. The pressure is a sign that new oil is being poured. The silence was not God's absence, it was His preparation. You're not being punished, you're being positioned. But this next season requires a different version of you, not the people-pleasing you, not the one who hides how much they're hurting, not the one who says, "I'm fine," while bleeding on the inside. God wants the raw, real, surrendered you. That's the one He can work with. That's the one he can heal. This isn't about religion, it's about relationship. You don't need to earn God's attention. You already have it. You don't need to impress him. He already knows your heart. But you do need to return. Not halfway, not once a week, all in. Your purpose is too important. Your calling is too unique. Your life is too valuable to waste one more day living disconnected from the one who gave it to you. You've heard so many voices, but his voice is the one that leads to peace. And right now, he's whispering, "Come home. Come home from the chaos. Come home from the fear. Come home from the emptiness. Come home from the pressure. Come back to the one place where your soul doesn't have to perform his presence. God doesn't want a version of you. He wants you, fully, flawed, but open. And if you give him that, he'll give you a life you couldn't imagine. Not free from storms, but full of peace. Not perfect, but deeply protected. Not always easy, but always covered." Comment 999 if you know God is holding you through it all. The enemy has tried to use time to convince you that God forgot. You prayed and waited. Nothing seemed to move. The doors stayed shut. The pain lingered, and slowly you started to wonder if any of it mattered. But time is not proof of absence. Time is often where God does his deepest work. While you were waiting, he was rearranging. While you were crying, he was storing your tears like seeds. And the harvest is coming, not in your timing, but in his perfect season. Why is this 7-second CIA ritual spreading everywhere so fast? New CIA leaks have revealed a powerful brain ritual that triggers instant wealth flow. This 7-second technique, validated by 4 neuroscience labs, is rapidly changing lives. From crushing debt to dream vacations, this could be your shortcut to abundance. If you're seeing this, you're lucky. The page might disappear any moment. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. But he's not just after your blessing, he's after your heart. You can't fully walk into what God has for you if part of your heart still clings to what broke you. You have to release it, the betrayal, the loss, the failure, the rejection. Not because it didn't matter, but because it's weighing down your destiny. God can't fill hands that are still holding on to what he told you to let go of. And I know, letting go hurts. Forgiving feels unfair. Trusting again feels risky. But that's where healing begins. You can't walk with God and carry bitterness. His presence is peace. His spirit is freedom. There's no room for chains when you're called to fly. You keep asking God to take you higher, but the altitude you're praying for requires lighter baggage, so let him have it all. The fears you don't speak about, the guilt you carry in silence, the memories that still haunt you, the anger you've been trying to pray through, lay it down, not because you're strong enough to handle it, but because you're not. And that's okay. You were never meant to be your own savior. Jesus didn't die for part of your healing. He died for the whole of you. Every part you've been trying to hide, he already saw. And still, he stayed. Still, he called you. Still, he loved you. If his grace was based on performance, none of us would stand. But his love is not earned, it's received. So stop trying to prove your worth and just let him love you as you are. Comment 1010 if you believe his grace is greater than your shame. God's not looking for a perfect vessel. He's looking for a willing one. And if all you have is a whisper of a yes, that's enough for him to move. He takes small faith and makes it unstoppable. He takes broken people and makes them leaders. He takes painful stories and turns them into testimonies that shake nations. But you have to be honest with him. You have to stop pretending you're okay when you're not. He already knows. So open your heart and let him in. Let him see the wounds. Let him touch the scars. Let him remind you that you are still his. There is no shame in needing help. There is no weakness in weeping before God. That's where real strength is born, in surrender. In those quiet moments where you finally say, God, I can't do this without you. He's not waiting for you to figure it out. He's waiting for you to come home. You're not too late. You haven't gone too far. That moment you feel right now, that stirring in your chest, it's proof that God is still calling you, that His Spirit is alive in you, that He's not done writing your story. And yes, it may look messy right now. You may not know the next step, but you don't need to. You just need to take the first one toward Him. He'll light the path. He'll provide the strength. He'll carry you when you can't walk, but He won't drag you. You have to choose. Choose peace over panic. Choose faith over fear. Choose surrender over control. You've tried your way. You've run the race with your own map, and it left you tired, lost, and empty. But now God is offering you rest, not just physical rest, soul-deep rest. The kind that quiets your thoughts, the kind that restores your joy, the kind that makes you remember who you really are. You are not your past. You are not your mistakes. You are not your lowest moment. You are not what they did to you. You are chosen, redeemed, called, loved. You are God's, and no demon in hell can change that. Heaven sees your heart, it hears your cry, and it moves at the sound of your faith. Even when your faith is a whisper, even when all you can say is, help, that's enough. So say it now if you need to. Say, help me, God. Say, I want to come home. Say, I don't want to do this without you anymore. Say anything, but say it with your heart open, because He's here, right now, not judging, not condemning, just waiting. And if you respond, really respond, you will feel something shift, maybe not around you at first, but within you, and that's where everything begins. Let God in, and He'll begin to heal what no one else could touch. He'll restore what time tried to erase. He'll bring beauty out of ashes and purpose out of pain, but He won't force it. He loves you too much to control you. So choose Him now, before another minute goes by, before the 20 minutes run out, before you go back to scrolling and forget that this moment was holy, because it is. This right now, this is holy ground. Your phone just became an altar. Your heart just became a sanctuary. God just stepped into your space, and all of heaven is watching your response. Comment 1515. If you know your story is still being written by His hand, you've mistaken silence for absence. But God has been in every detail, every delay, every detour. When the job fell through, He was protecting you. When that person left, He was removing what couldn't go where you're headed. When your plans collapsed, it wasn't failure, it was divine redirection. But you only see the full picture when you stop fighting Him and start following Him. It's hard, isn't it? Surrendering what you thought was best, laying down dreams you held so tightly, letting go of timing you were sure had to be right. But trust is only trust when you let go of control. And right now, God is asking for that. Not because He's trying to punish you, but because He wants to free you. Your grip on what's familiar is costing you what's eternal. You've been holding on to people who don't value your calling. You've been walking through doors God never opened. You've been pouring your soul into things that drain your peace. But now heaven is pulling you out of that cycle. God is calling you back to what's real, what's holy, what's from Him. Could the CIA really be hiding a 7-second ritual that turns money struggles into fortune? A covert CIA finding exposes a strange 7-second ritual that activates money-attracting brainwaves on autopilot. Supported by science and 4 elite labs, this home ritual is turning struggling people into dream lifestyle owners. But this page may disappear soon. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted from the internet forever. This is your moment to return. Not just to church, not just to routine, but to deep relationship. To the kind of faith that makes you weep in His presence. To the kind of prayer that shakes your atmosphere. To the kind of worship that breaks chains in the spirit. You were never meant to live disconnected from your source. That's why you've felt so dry, so numb, so exhausted. You've been spiritually dehydrated, trying to survive without living water. But God says, come and drink again, come and rest again, come and be filled again. And when you do, everything changes. Because when the presence of God touches your life, your past loses its grip. Shame loses its voice. Doubt begins to dissolve. You remember who you are. And more importantly, you remember whose you are. You are not the trauma you experienced. You are not the failure you went through. You are not the lie they spoke over you. You are God's child, His beloved, His vessel. And when He marks someone, no darkness can erase that. So walk in that now. Don't wait for others to confirm what God has already spoken. Don't shrink just to keep people comfortable. Don't dim your fire to match the room. You were born to shine. You were made to disrupt hell. You were chosen to carry light into the darkest places. But the first place light needs to shine is inside your own soul. You've got wounds that need God's touch, and pretending they're not there won't heal them. Let Him in. Let Him touch the places you've hidden. Let Him into the anxiety, the anger, the apathy. Let Him breathe new life where hope was buried. Comment 1717 if you're ready for that healing to begin now. You don't need a perfect prayer, just a real one. Say, God, I need you. I can't do this alone. I've been pretending, running, surviving, but I want to live. I want to walk with you. I want to be whole again. That's what He's been waiting for, not a performance, a surrender. The world taught you to toughen up, but God is teaching you to open up. You don't have to be cold to be strong. You don't have to hide to be safe. You don't have to run to feel free. You just need Him. And He's never been far. He's been waiting behind every wall you built, ready to wrap you in love that doesn't walk away when you're weak. He's not tired of you. He's not disappointed. He's not mad that you fell again. He's glad you're still reaching, that you're still listening, that something in you still wants to believe. That alone moves His heart. And when God's heart is moved, miracles begin. So expect it now. Expect peace to come back. Expect clarity where there's been confusion. Expect strength to rise again. Expect to feel love that doesn't change based on how well you perform. That's the kind of love God gives. Unshakable, eternal, pure. And when you let that love in, everything else starts to shift. You stop chasing things that don't love you back. You stop craving validation from broken places. You stop living to impress people who can't even see your soul. You start living with heaven in your lungs. You start walking like you're covered, praying like you're backed by angels, loving like you've been forgiven, serving like you know this life is a vapor and eternity is real. That's the kind of life God is calling you into. Not small, not safe, but surrendered and sacred, full of meaning, fueled by grace. You can feel it, can't you? The weight, the stirring, the invisible tension between where you are and where you're supposed to be. That's not anxiety. That's your spirit recognizing that this moment matters. Heaven is pressing in because something is about to shift. But you have to respond. You have to choose to stay in the presence that's trying to rescue you. You've skipped too many moments like this before, but this one is different. This one carries eternal weight. Comment Amen right now if you're ready to say yes to everything God is doing. You've been asking why life keeps breaking down when you're just trying to hold it all together. It's not punishment, it's preparation. God is removing every false foundation, everything that gave you temporary comfort but stole your eternal strength. He's not letting you build your life on sand anymore. He loves you too much for that. And sometimes, love looks like a storm. You see pieces falling apart, but God sees walls coming down. He sees the idols you didn't even know you built, your plans, your control, your reputation, your pride, and one by one, He's tearing them down so that He can build something holy in their place. That shaking in your life, it's not the end, it's the beginning. But you can't keep standing still. You've been living in survival mode, just trying to make it through each day. But God didn't create you to just survive. He created you to overcome, to rise, to walk in authority, to speak to mountains and watch them move. You've forgotten how powerful your voice is when it's surrendered to Him. It's time to remember. It's time to speak life again. It's time to pray like heaven is listening, because it is. You are not powerless. You are not forgotten. You are not disqualified. You are anointed for this. Every tear, every unanswered prayer, every silent night, none of it has been wasted. God has been using it to shape you, to prepare you for the battle you're about to win. But you have to rise up. No more sleepwalking through your faith, no more waiting for a better moment. This is your moment. And it's here because God sees something in you worth fighting for. Comment 222 if you believe God has not given up on your calling. You've been through the fire, but you didn't burn. You've walked through valleys, but you didn't die there. You've been misunderstood, betrayed, abandoned, but look at you, still standing, still breathing, still believing, even if it's barely. And that's all God needs. He's not asking for perfection, He's asking for permission. Will you let Him take over this time? Will you stop building on your strength and let Him carry you in His? This next chapter isn't about proving anything, it's about trusting everything. Could a hidden CIA discovery explain why so many are suddenly living in luxury? Secret CIA research has now come to light, revealing a brain-hacking ritual that draws in wealth like magic. It only takes 7 seconds, you can do it at home, and it's supported by 4 neuroscience labs. People are ditching debt and living in luxury right now. But this information won't stay online for long. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted. You don't have to be strong enough to make it happen. You just need to be still enough to let Him move. You've been exhausted trying to play every role: protector, provider, healer, rescuer. But none of those were your job to carry alone. Let God be who He promised to be. He's not waiting for your performance. He's waiting for your surrender. Lay it down, the weight you carry in your chest. The pressure to always be okay, the fear of letting others down, the anxiety of what's ahead. Lay it all down at His feet, because when you finally release it, He can finally replace it. And what He gives is always better than what you gave up. He gives peace that doesn't depend on your circumstances. He gives joy that doesn't crack under pressure. He gives strength that rises in the middle of weakness. He gives grace that covers every wound, and He gives purpose to every pain. But He won't force it on you. He waits to be invited. So invite Him in, not just into your Sundays or your quiet moments, but into your confusion, your habits, your relationships, your thoughts. Let Him be Lord, not just a lifeline when things fall apart. Let Him lead you before you get lost again. Because the enemy's plan has always been the same: distract you, delay you, destroy you. He doesn't need to drag you to hell. He just needs you to miss your calling. And he's been working overtime to make that happen, through discouragement, through distractions, through doubt. But today, all of that is being broken, because when God speaks, darkness trembles. And he is speaking to you now, calling you by name, not to shame you, but to awaken you, to remind you that you're more than what you've been settling for, to tell you that your story didn't end with your mistakes, to show you that what you lost was never greater than what he's about to give. There's still oil in your lamp. There's still a fire in your spirit. There's still a destiny with your name on it, but you have to respond. Don't miss what heaven is releasing because you were too distracted. Don't skip past your breakthrough because it didn't come the way you expected. This is your rescue. This is your invitation. This is your reset. And if you say yes, really say yes, everything starts to change. Your atmosphere, your mindset, your habits, your direction. You start walking with clarity. You start moving with purpose. You stop running in circles and start climbing toward who you were created to be. You don't have to wait for another low point. You don't have to wait for rock bottom. You can choose now. God is ready to lead you out of the patterns that have kept you stuck, the thoughts that have tormented you, the lies that you believed about yourself. He's ready to show you the truth of who you are and who he's always been. You didn't find this message found you, and that matters more than you realize. It means you're still on heaven's radar. It means your name is still on the lips of angels. It means God has not changed his mind about you, not one bit. The enemy hoped you would forget who you are, that you would drown in doubt and walk away quietly. But you didn't. You're still here. And that alone is proof that grace is working even when you don't see it. Comment 333 if you believe grace is still covering you. God says, I tried everything but you kept skipping the moments that could have saved you. This one right here may be the last nudge before something breaks. Don't brush this off like all the others. Don't scroll past it and go back to the noise. Don't act like this is just another video. It isn't. This is a word heaven appointed for you, not your neighbor, not your friend, you. And if you knew how close the battle is to turning, you'd stop doubting and start declaring. Heaven is not asking you to feel strong. Heaven is asking you to trust, to believe that the same God who brought you through the fire will bring you through this too. That the same God who saw your tears last week has already scheduled your breakthrough. That the delay was not denial, it was timing. You thought he was ignoring you, but he was setting the stage. The reason it's been so heavy lately, the reason you've been restless and uneasy, is because you are standing at the edge of a shift. But a divided heart can't enter a promised land. God won't take you forward if you're still holding on to what he told you to leave behind. This is the moment to drop it. Let it fall. That fear, that pride, that plan you made without him. Because what's ahead requires your full obedience, not your half faith, not your comfort zone, not your backup plan. Obedience. And yes, it's costly, it's painful. It stretches everything in you, but what it unlocks will be worth every tear, every closed door, every quiet night where you thought he had forgotten. He didn't forget. He was just waiting for your surrender. You've been waiting on God to move, but he's been waiting on you to say yes. That's why the warnings feel louder. That's why you keep stumbling on reminders that you're out of alignment. Because he's pulling you back, not to punish, to protect. You're about to step into something holy, something weighty, and if your heart isn't ready, it will crush you instead of grow you. So he's stripping away the things that can't come with you. You prayed for favor, but favor comes with fire. You prayed for promotion, but promotion starts with pruning. You asked for clarity, and now he's exposing everything that's been clouding your vision. And yes, it's uncomfortable. Yes, it hurts, but don't resist it. The pain is not proof of his absence. It's proof of his preparation. He's getting you ready. You thought he was taking from you, but really he's freeing you from false identities, from fake peace, from voices that never came from him. Because when he brings you into your next season, you won't have time to be confused. You won't have the luxury of going back. You'll need to know his voice. You'll need to walk with unshakable confidence, knowing who you are and who he is. Why are so many claiming this CIA ritual changed their life in just 7 seconds? This leaked CIA ritual is the real deal, and it's potent. A 7-second brainwave hack, backed by 4 neuroscience labs, is helping regular people leap from broke to abundant. Dream homes, cars, trips, it's all within reach, but this video could disappear anytime from the internet. So click the link in the description and comments now to see it before it's gone forever. So take this moment seriously. This is not about religion. This is not about playing church. This is about survival, about calling, about eternal purpose. You don't have time to wander anymore. You don't have time to keep circling old habits. You don't have time to keep chasing empty approval from people who don't even know your heart. God is calling, loud and clear. Come back, back to purpose, back to peace, back to the truth. Comment 555 if you're done running and ready to return. Because this next part of your story can't be built on yesterday's pain. It needs new trust, fresh obedience, real surrender. And here's the truth. You're not too far gone. You're not too broken. You're not too late. You're exactly where he needs you to be for this exact message at this exact moment. If that doesn't shake you, nothing will. This is more than words. This is God placing his hand on your shoulder and saying, I'm still here. Even though you've fallen, even though you've doubted, even though you've felt unworthy, he's still here, still calling, still choosing you. And he's not doing it because you've earned it. He's doing it because he loves you, deeply, wildly, eternally. So what are you going to do with this moment? Are you going to scroll past it like it's nothing? Or are you going to fall to your knees and say, God, I'm done skipping what you've been trying to say. I'm listening now. I'm ready. Because if you do, everything changes. Your heart begins to heal. Your purpose starts to awaken. The fog lifts, the heaviness breaks, and your spirit finally breathes again. This is what rescue feels like. This is what real love looks like. Not earned, not forced, just offered one more time. Comment 1111 if you believe he's been waiting for you all along. You've carried guilt for too long. Guilt over what you did. Guilt over what you didn't do. Guilt over what fell apart while you were trying your best. And the enemy has used it to chain you in place. But God never asked you to wear guilt. He asked you to wear grace. And right now, he's saying, take off the shame. It never looked good on you. What's been heavy on your shoulders is being lifted. All you need to do is let go of the lies you believed about yourself. You are not a failure. You are not a lost cause. You are not hard to love. You are not forgotten. You are still chosen. And chosen people don't need perfect records. They need surrendered hearts. That's what God is after. Not your flawless behavior, but your real trust, your willingness to stop faking peace and actually surrender your pain. And that takes courage. But something in your spirit already knows. It's time. It's time to stop hiding behind strength that's running out. It's time to stop pretending you're okay when you're not. It's time to get honest, not just with others, but with God. He's not shocked by your weakness. He's not intimidated by your questions. He's the only one who can handle the whole truth of who you are and still call you his. That's love. Not the kind that leaves when it gets hard, not the kind that depends on your performance, but the kind that stayed when everyone else walked away, the kind that covered you when your faith was barely holding on, the kind that still sees purpose where you only see failure. And that love is here, right now, in this moment, wrapping around you, speaking straight to your heart, pulling you back not to condemn, but to restore. Don't fight it this time. Don't scroll away because your hands are shaking and your chest feels tight. That's not fear, that's conviction. That's your soul recognizing this is holy, that something eternal is happening. And if you walk away now, you'll miss the shift. You'll miss the peace you've been crying for. You'll miss the healing your heart has needed for so long. Comment 777 if you're ready to receive what only God can give. You've given enough time to what drained you. You've poured enough of yourself into things that gave nothing back. Now God is calling you to rest in Him, and not just momentarily, fully, completely, to lay down the striving and step into grace, to stop surviving and start living. Because real life doesn't begin when everything is perfect. Real life begins when you finally surrender. And surrender doesn't mean giving up. It means handing it over. The stress, the pain, the questions, the pressure to hold it all together. God is saying, give it to me, I'll carry it. You were never meant to fix yourself. You were meant to follow Him while He heals you. And He will. He's already begun. Right now, as you breathe in, His Spirit is near. Right now, as your eyes read these words, heaven is surrounding you. Right now, you're being fought for. Not by people, but by angels. You're not alone, no matter how quiet it's felt. God's presence doesn't always shout. Sometimes it sits beside you in your darkest hour and holds you until you remember how to hope again. That's what He's doing now. You thought it was over. You thought you were too broken. But God is writing resurrection over what you thought was dead. And not just in your life, but in your identity. He's reminding you that even in the valley, you're still His child, still called, still covered, still destined for more than pain. And yes, it hurts. Yes, it's uncomfortable. But healing always feels like that at first. You can't keep covering wounds and pretending they've healed. Let God into the raw places, the quiet pain, the stories you don't talk about. He already knows, but He's waiting for your permission to begin restoring what's been hidden. What's really behind the 7-second brain technique that's making headlines and new millionaires? A stunning CIA leak has just revealed a 7-second brain ritual that's helping normal people wipe out debt and attract serious wealth. With proof from 4 neuroscience labs, this at-home method is turning financial stress into dream living. Homes, cars, vacations, it's all happening. But the government could take this down at any time. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. Because restoration doesn't start with fixing your outside. It starts with peace in your soul. Peace that doesn't rely on circumstances. Peace that doesn't break when people disappoint you. Peace that holds firm when the world shakes. That's what He wants to give you now, but He won't force it. He won't push past your walls. You have to open the door. And that's hard, especially when you've been hurt. But let this moment be the first crack. Let this be the beginning of healing you didn't think was possible. You don't need to have all the words. You just need to be real. Say, God, I'm tired of running. I'm tired of pretending. I need you. I don't want to do this on my own anymore. Say it with your own voice. Say it with your own tears, and mean it. That's where the shift begins. Not with perfection, but with surrender. Not with answers, but with trust. Not with clarity, but with obedience. And from there, God will take over. He'll guide, He'll protect, He'll provide, He'll heal, because that's what a good father does. And He is good, even when life is not. He is faithful, even when others fail. He is present, even when you feel alone. Comment, Amen, if you're thankful that He never gave up on you. You've been through storms that no one else knew how to walk you through. And you wore the pain like armor, thinking if you stayed guarded enough, maybe the hurt would stop. But instead, it hardened your heart. You started surviving instead of living. You smiled for the world and cried alone in the dark. And in all of it, you wondered where God was, why He didn't show up the way you needed. But what you didn't see was how He was protecting you even in the silence. What you didn't hear was how He wept with you when your tears hit the floor. What you didn't realize was that you were being carried the entire time. He's not the reason the pain came. He's the reason you made it through, and now He wants to rebuild what life tried to tear down. But He's not rebuilding on your fear. He's rebuilding on His promise. He's not building around your pain. He's building through it. Every scar, every setback, every moment you thought would break you, God is using all of it. Because He doesn't waste anything, not one tear, not one detour, not one sleepless night. He's been weaving redemption into every broken piece. But you have to stop skipping His voice. You have to stop ignoring that still, small whisper that's been calling you to come home. You've filled your life with noise to distract from what your soul has been crying out for. But here, in this quiet moment, there's no hiding. And you don't need to hide. God never asked you to be perfect. He asked you to be present, to come as you are. Broken, come. Exhausted, come. Ashamed, come. He already knows, and He's not turning away. He's saying, I've been waiting for you to stop pretending, waiting for you to stop performing, waiting for you to finally rest in the truth that you are loved completely, wildly, without condition. Comment 1010 if you're ready to rest in His love. You don't need to earn what's already been freely given. Jesus paid for your redemption with blood, not effort. He didn't wait for you to clean yourself up. He came down into the mess, into the dirt, into the heartbreak, and said, I choose you. And He still does, even on the days you fail, even on the days you can't pray, even when you doubt, even when you run. He chooses you again and again and again. But now, He's asking you to choose Him back, not out of fear, not out of guilt, but out of love, out of a deep realization that nothing else can save you, nothing else will satisfy, nothing else brings peace that lasts. You've tried everything else, you've looked in every direction, and all it did was leave you emptier, because you were never meant to be full without Him. He is the answer. He always has been. And right now, He's reaching for you not to judge, but to rescue. Not to punish, but to pull you out of the dark places you've been quietly sinking in. He's saying, I know what's coming. I see what you don't. And I won't let you walk into it blind. But you have to listen. You have to stop ignoring the warning signs. This is your wake-up call. This is God stepping in before you make the choice that leads to destruction, before you fall into the same cycle, before you say yes to what looks good but is rooted in compromise, before you go back to what God already told you to walk away from. He's placing this message in front of you like a flashing light on a road you've been speeding down. And He's saying, Slow down, turn around, come back to me. Not because he's mad, but because he sees where the road ends. And if you keep going the way you're going, there's more pain ahead. There's more heartbreak, more confusion, and God is doing everything he can to stop you before it happens. This is his mercy showing up in time. This is love raising its voice. You've said before, God, just give me a sign. This is it. This is your sign. Don't miss it. Don't silence it. Don't brush it off. Because what's ahead for you, if you say yes to him, is more than just survival. It's joy, it's peace, it's purpose, it's freedom from the chains that have followed you for years. You'll look back at this moment one day and say, that's when everything started to change.